Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Joe Flash, and this is part 2 of me checking out the voice comparison for Spider-Man updated version by Generation West. If you haven't seen part 1, I suggest you go ahead and check it out right now because I'm re-reacting to it. I originally reacted to the Spider-Man voice comparison updated version by Generation West back in November 4th, 2019, but I decided to react to it again because, a few days ago was Spider-Man Day, and unfortunately I missed out the past few days on being able to check out the video, so I'm checking it out today. And like I said, if you haven't seen part 1 yet, I suggest you go ahead and check it out right now. So, I'm going to continue where I left off. I don't know how far we got to. We got to like 16 minutes of the video, so I guess you could say like maybe 10 minutes or something, so yeah. So I didn't get too far on it, but it's alright. So I only got to a few certain voices, but we're going to continue off with the rest of them. Or I don't know how far we'll get to, we'll see. And of course, the same as usual, if I like the voice, I'll give it a thumbs up. If I am not too sure about it, I'll give it a maybe. If not, then I'll give it a thumbs down. So let me pick back up where we left off. I still have it paused from where I left it off in part 1, so this is part 2, and I'm not going to waste any time at all, so I'm going to get right into it. Like John C. and Triple H always say, your time is up, my time is now, it's time to play the game. Let's just do this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Was that the plan? Yeah, didn't go that way, did it? If any of you are Skrulls, please raise your hand.
Never seen this before, so I don't know what this is. That was pretty short. I think I'll give it a maybe.
Tourists still love New York. Me, who grew up here,
Astonishing X-Man. Never seen this before either.
and swung off every cornice. I am New York. It's in me, in my blood, like a disease. Like a blood disease, but a good one.
Sure, that's not bad. I'll give it a thumbs up.
Cancer. So
Pretty good voice right there.
by radioactive poets, but you get what I'm saying.
People don't know this, but I used to be a wallflower just like...
Oh, yeah. I have heard of the show Mad. Not a big fan of it, unfortunately. It's another one of them comedy shows, but I don't really find it all that entertaining compared to, like, Robot Chicken and all that stuff, so not really a fan of the show.
So I'm going to teach you how to be a cool and confident wall crawler. First thing we need to do is get you some spider powers. So, I brought some spiders to bite you. Let's see, we've got...
I'll give it a maybe.
Spiders, we've got genetically engineered spiders, and we've got magic spiders. Are you kidding me? When I'm done with you, you're going to be amazing, spectacular, ultimate even. Well, as my Uncle Ben used to say, with great, who cares?
Wow, that was disrespectful. Oh yeah, Tom Kenny. Never seen that before. It's kind of hard to hear. It sounds like if it's a video recording. You know what? I like Tom Kenny, so I'll go ahead and give him a thumbs up. He's a pretty good voice actor, too. Of course, he'll always be, even though I don't watch the show, but he'll always be SpongeBob SquarePants, but as Spider-Man, he doesn't sound too bad, so I'll give him a thumbs up.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Black suit Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Smile.
Really still not a big fan of the Superhero Squad show. I've seen some episodes, they're pretty funny and stuff, but I do like the video game better from the Wii. This is not the game that I played, but... I don't know. I didn't really hear that one. I'll probably say maybe, because I didn't really hear it.
You shouldn't be out here. This could be the most dangerous night of my life. And yours.
I think I saw this before. It was like a little riot thing, kind of.
Just get back to the bugle and... Guess that wraps things up.
Sure, I'll give it a thumbs up.
Don't give up your day job. Say cheese. See you later.
Wait for it, and... Smooth! Yeah, go ahead about your business there, Burglar. Do whatever. You punch! I didn't get the punch!
I like Dave Boat as Thor from the Marvel Ultimate Avengers movies, but as Spider-Man, I'm gonna give him a maybe.
Just rob that bank. No, it's fine. I'm not gonna do anything about it. So you go punch! It's your friendly neighborhood chiropractor! Oh yeah, that's what's Spider-Man.
What?
That's a knot right here. Breathe into it. I'll send you the bill!
Okay. Oh. Yes. I've seen a little bit of clips from Ultimate Spider-Man on YouTube and stuff, and my teacher did once show an episode on the big screen from free time. I didn't watch it though because I was on my tablet, but this, even though I mean I don't really watch that show, of course, Ultimate Spider-Man. I think I heard some people have mixed reactions to it, but yeah. I probably won't ever see this show, but as from what I've heard, Drake Bell actually has a pretty good voice for Spider-Man, so I'll give him a thumbs up. Or as you probably already knew when I clapped, so yeah. Drake Bell really does have a really good voice for an animated Spider-Man 2.
What's it gonna be, Spider-Man? Are you okay with just being amazing, or do you want to be ultimate? What exotic little hell did you go superheroing in this weekend, Peter?
Oh yeah, the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. That's a really great show right there, Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers. I love it. I don't know if it's still on Netflix or not, but if it is, I'll probably maybe watch the whole show.
Hey, Venom, have a seat. Have a seat. Wow, that was corny even for me. I need new material. What's with the eyes? Just like Doc Ock. Is that like a thing now? Hey, Doc Ock got a faux hawk. Could you imitate that too? I wasn't whining. I was angsting. Totally different. What exotic little hell did you go superheroing in this weekend, Peter?
Oh yeah.
New Jersey.
I did actually see that movie on Netflix. It was a pretty short movie, but it was alright.
Just one big friendly neighborhood. In other times, Manhattan is like an alien symbiote trying to stick his tendrils in your eye. Hey, Venom, have a seat. Have a seat. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Even for me.
It's kind of weird how for some reason they re-erected the dialogue from Earth's Mightiest Avengers and put it into this movie. It's kind of weird, but never mind.
I wasn't whining. I was angsting. Totally.
I don't know why they put the same dialogue in it.
Kingpin has a nightclub? Well,
Marvel
sure,
Heroes.
he is the Kingpin. I assume everything's
I never seen that game.
a fast food franchise. You know, because he's fat.
Yeah, Drake Bell really is almost like second.
Take down the Kingpin. I hate Savage Land. I hate it. It's the way
Drake Bell just really does not sound, really does have a pretty good voice for Spidey too, as an animated video game voice.
Now can we go home? Aunt May! Crossover.
I've seen that episode from Phineas and Ferb, even though I'm not really a fan of the Phineas and Ferb show. I have seen a few episodes from it, but I only saw that episode from Phineas and Ferb, Mission to Marvel, just because, you know, Spider-Man and the rest of the Marvel superheroes were in it, and I'm a big fan of Marvel. That's the only reason why I saw that episode, but it was good.
At my spider powers, I'm just a guy in a body stocking. Have you been standing there this whole time? Man, that kid's got a weird shaped head. All I ever do is quips. Like this one, for instance. And the one preceding it. Aren't you a little young to be stealing superheroes' superpowers? Great job. Somebody's using their spider sense. Next time, Finn, the juice box will be my treat. What a great day to be Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, Disney Infinity 2.0, Marvel superheroes. I never played the game, but I did hear about when Disney Infinity was going to get an update where they bring some Marvel superheroes in. Pretty cool how even Drake Bell got to voice Spider-Man for that game too. I think they have it on the Wii, I don't know. But I don't really have the amiibos and stuff like that I need to play it, so probably I'm never going to be able to play that game. Oh. Yes. Andrew Garfield may not be one of my all-time favorite Spider-Mans. He may not be one of my favorite Spider-Man actors, and he definitely is not everybody's favorite Spider-Man, but he was good for what he was worth and given while he had the time being, even though, of course, the Amazing Spider-Man films were not that good. So yeah, the films may have not been good, but Andrew Garfield really was pretty good, and he really did a pretty good job while he lasted for the time being as Spider-Man, you know, while he was in 2012 to 2014. Of course, both films together, with both films combined together, of course, the Amazing Spider-Man films will never be as good compared to the Tobey Maguire films, but like I said, Andrew Garfield does deserve some credit because he did a good job while he lasted for kind of a short reign, kind of. I mean, think of it, 2012, 2014, that's a pretty short reign. And, before I, so of course I'm gonna give him a thumbs up because he still deserves credit. You already heard me said yes, so yeah. Between both films, I think if I would have to choose between both films of which one I like better, I like the first Amazing Spider-Man movie better. It was the one that my mom took me to see in theaters, even though it wasn't still as good compared to the Tobey Maguire films, but it was alright. When I saw the Amazing Spider-Man 2 on DVD when it came out and came out on Family Video and stuff, it was okay, but I didn't really think Amazing Spider-Man 2 was all that good compared to the first one. So really, I like the first Amazing Spider-Man better. But between the costumes, though, I mean, both versions of Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man costumes in both movies are pretty cool. But the first one was pretty good because it kind of gives you a very different style Spidey to make him different, make a lot more better to tell the difference between him and Tobey Maguire, kind of. But the second one, I think I like his second costume better because it resembled more of the classic Spidey and stuff, so yeah. And unfortunately, no matter what, even though, perhaps, I think I speak for all of us when I say Andrew Garfield is probably, the most underrated Spider-Man actor ever. I mean, he's definitely everybody's least likely favorite Spider-Man actor, and he's definitely probably perhaps the most underrated Spider-Man actor ever. But no matter what, whether if anybody liked Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man or not, or whether anybody liked the movies or not, or whether anybody tries to forget about Andrew Garfield being Spider-Man or not, unfortunately, no matter what, no matter how many years go by on, if you were around at that time when he was Spider-Man, you will always remember him as Spider-Man no matter what, so he'll still be memorable as Spider-Man no matter what, whether he was liked as Spidey or not. Just saying, because it is kind of true, Of course, there are other movies that Andrew Garfield's making nowadays, but he'll still always be remembered as a Spider-Man. I just thought I had to say all that.
Don't dress like a turkey, man. Really? You seriously think I'm a cop? Cop in a skin-tight red and blue suit. You're
Yeah, there was some pretty funny scenes too, yeah. I don't know what my favorite scene from the movie was. When I talked to Gabby about it, when she told me about the movie, she actually said she thought the funniest scene was that one in the subway when, unfortunately Peter was discovering his powers, and unfortunately, his spider claws stuck to this girl's shirt, and he actually unfortunately ripped it off when the guy pushed him. It was a little embarrassing, but it was a little bit funny, I guess. I don't know which one I like best, really, to be honest. There was just so many different scenes that were pretty good. I think that scene from when he rescued the kid in the car was alright. I did like the ending scene in Amazing Spider-Man 2 as well, where the kid was taking over.
my weakness in small knives.
No one seems to grasp the concept of the mask. I just did 80% of your job. Oh, that's how you repay me?
You may not like not everybody may not like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but he really did a good job while he did, and he did have some funny moments. That was funny.
Costume gives it away. This is pretty important, Max.
And there's how he looked in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like I said, I didn't like that movie compared to the first one, but it was alright. It was an okay movie.
I need you. You're my eyes and ears out here. Alright? Alright. See you out there. On behalf of the fine people in New York City and real rhinos everywhere, I ask you to put your mechanized paws in the air. I'll be right there.
There's no place like home.
Yep.
Gwen, stay calm.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, though, when they made the Amazing Spider-Man games based off the movie, unfortunately, they didn't hire Andrew Garfield to voice the character, which kind of sucks a little bit. Sometimes Marvel decides rather to put the actor who plays the character in the movie, and then when they're making a game based off the movie, for some reason they don't hire the same person. So it's kind of weird, but I don't know. Let me hear this and see what I think. I played that game before on the Wii. I didn't play it for too long because I wasn't really enjoying that game all that much. The Amazing Spider-Man games were not really all that good, I'll be honest. As much as the movies were not all that good compared to the Tobey Maguire games and movies, apparently the Amazing Spider-Man games were not all that good either.
You're smarter than the others. Hopefully, it's not too late. Oh, it's not the power you should be concerned about. It's the responsibility it gave me. To beat the living crap out of criminals like you. Gotta sift through this scrap heap to find the serum.
I'll say maybe.
Don't try and stop me from turning you back. Any last words from the lizard before I get my friend back? Words, Connors, with syllables. I've got to admit, it would be nice not to.
Oh yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 2. That game was on the Wii U, but I never played it, unfortunately, and I'm probably never going to be able to, since unfortunately my gamepad doesn't connect to the Wii U system anymore, so I'll never be able to play Wii U games anymore. I don't know how this game went, but I know it wasn't as good as the Tobey Maguire games either.
police broadcasts to find bad guys. It's not like I tell Craven my real name. I'll be on guard for any kind of double cross.
My spider sense has been going wild all morning. What the heck's wrong? Is that coming from the Triskelion? What is up with this? If that smoke really was coming from the Triskelion, it must be a breakout. Who knows how many supervillains could have escaped? Whoa! Oh well.
Sure, I'll give it a thumbs up. That's pretty good.
Today. Time to go big game hunting.
Not bad.
Better leave the rest of this for S.H.I.E.L.D. to clean up. I have a feeling this day is going to get worse before it gets better. Am I supposed to laugh at that one? I just popped in to
Oh yeah, Amazing Spider-Man iOS.
And you'll be thinking about me a lot.
What does iOS stand for again? Oh, mobile. Yeah, the mobile games. Yeah, I did hear that they made Amazing Spider-Man games for the mobile, like for your phone, for like an app and stuff too. That's what it is, iOS.
Get her away. I guess the end
I never install those games. I'm probably never gonna install those games. Not interested.
I'm one of the good guys. I didn't figure that the free radicals.
At least this guy's voicing is better than that other guy, Sam Riegel, for the one on the Wii and stuff like that.
The doctor's next appointment is with the Amazing Spider-Man. Look out! Comes the Spider-Man.
Yes! Yuri Lowanthal, I think that's how you say his name. You know, this guy actually also has a pretty good voice for a video game Spider-Man 2. I didn't know there was a pinball game for it, but this is not the one that I'm talking about, though. But Yuri Lowanthal really actually has a pretty good voice for a video game Spider-Man. He really does.
Cheese. That's one for the cover.
Oh, really? He was in Super Hero Squad once? I didn't know that. I'm waiting for the game that I'm talking about that I like his voicing in. This guy could probably also do good for an animation Spider-Man as well.
Time for my heroic action pose. Sweet.
That really is a good voice for.
Officer. Looks like something shocking is happening.
Oh yeah. Apparently he voiced him in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 iOS game. At least he sounds better than the first guy Andrew did. Even though Andrew sounded good too, but at least he sounds better.
Oh no, an ambush? Really? You guys need to get a life. Hey, smug jokes are my thing, and I won't have you stealing my thunder. Alright, Gabby, you know the drill. Take off that mask and hey, did you get a new outfit?
Oh yeah, I heard about that game, Spider-Man Unlimited. It's a game, yeah, a mobile game.
Have you been sampling your granddad's cough medicine again? Oh boy.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna install that game, but I heard it was alright. Yes, that's the game. That's the game. Spider-Man for the PS4. Even though of course, I don't have a PlayStation 4 and I'm probably never gonna be able to play that game, but I heard it was a really, really, really good Spider-Man game. This is his best. This is Yuri's best role as Spider-Man.
There's no way they can keep it safe from Octavius and Lee.
Man,
We need to find the
really is like almost as good as. Really just as good as, like, really has a good video game voice, Spider-Man. Oh, yeah, and he's in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. Some people wish that Marvel shouldn't have made an Ultimate Alliance 3 game, but I don't know. I don't know what people said about the game, if they liked it or not. They do have it on Nintendo Switch, and for my birthday or something, I might actually plan on getting this game for my birthday or something. I'm thinking about it since I do want some more Nintendo Switch games. And I think I do plan on buying this game real soon. Hopefully it's pretty good, and hopefully I can already tell that Yuri Lowanthal does a good job voicing Spider-Man in the game. And hopefully the game's good, because I know the first one and second one was. Hopefully I can't wait to see how the third one goes.
Come on, really? Not even a smile from the tree? Well, it may not be fine art, but it's fine by me.
Josh Keaton's actually in that game, too. You know, I said Josh Keaton's one of my favorite Spider-Man voice actors. He's actually in the game, but he voices Ant-Man. So yeah, I don't know if Marvel will ever hire Josh Keaton to voice Spider-Man in a game, but I really miss him voicing Spider-Man, you know. But Yuri Lowanthal really makes a pretty good video game voice for Spider-Man, so he's doing a great job. I like his voice. I'm really starting to really like his voicing a lot.
Hey, look, people running into air from the subway. Original. I know. I'll go check it out. No way will that lead to me getting punched in the face for no good reason at all. Never does.
I'll give maybe. I'll say maybe.
Oh, that's never good. Whenever people come here from the future, it's always from a future that completely and totally sucks. Just makes me like to hear about a future where things are actually better than they are now, you know? I mean, surely somewhere there's a timeline where I'm president, right?
Maybe.
Sorry, but you guys tried to rob my close personal friend Iron Man. My hands were tied.
Cole
And
Howard.
now your hands are tied. Did I mention Iron Man and me are totally BFFs? Yeah, we teamed up once. Full on teamed up.
That's what everybody says.
The internet? Probably. You guys can read all about it on my blog, SpideyandIronManAreBesties.com. Don't worry. Start security.
Okay, sure, I'll give it a thumbs up.
Alright, good talk. Spidey sense? Nearest thin crust pizzeria, please. God, I said pizza, not impending doom. Being a superhero isn't easy. It takes a lot of hard work and training. Long before I got my powers,
I don't even know what that is. Marvel Superhero Adventures.
Jump and climb at the playground.
Kind of looks like something for little kids, just by the way how it looks like Spider-Man's small.
I have spider strength, but you can work on your strength right here with your parents' supervision.
Cole Howard doesn't sound too bad.
Pull-ups on the jungle gym. And if you keep up your training, you'll be prepared to help others and save the day.
Who are you calling Itsy Bitsy? Don't move.
Marvel Avengers Academy. I have heard of that game.
Can I interest you in a rogue's
I think it's for mobile, I don't know. I'm probably never going to play the game, though.
comes great responsibility.
Eric David kind of actually almost looked like Peter there for a minute, minus the beard.
It's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
I'll go ahead and give him a thumbs up. That's not bad either.
Some of the things a spider can. My spider sense is tingling. I need to check on Aunt May. Great. Just more typical Parker luck.
Oh, well.
Wow, look him go. Why didn't you stop him? What? Against a criminal? That sounds dangerous.
What in the world is this?
100-pound man with one hand. I don't see how that's relevant.
I don't even know what that was, but I'll say maybe.
Hey, Hawk. No one likes to shoot it.
Oh yeah. I did play Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 on the Nintendo Switch a few months ago when summer started. I bought the game. I was originally actually going to buy Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, but unfortunately they ran out of it in stocks in Walmart, so I bought this game instead, and it was a really good game. I actually like Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 better than the first one. I think this Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 is better in my opinion. But this guy, Martin Sherman... I mean, I love how the fact that in this version of the game, Spider-Man's costume's inspired by Tom Holland from Spider-Man Homecoming. It's really nice, but unfortunately the voicing, though, I have mixed reactions on the voice. To me, when I heard it, there was some times where he kind of almost sounded like he was trying to imitate Tom Holland, which was pretty cool, and it's kind of appropriate because, you know, that's the Tom Holland-inspired costume. There was some times where I thought he sounded like Tom Holland, and then there was some other times where I didn't think he sounded like him. Or other times where he didn't sound like if he was being Spider-Man at all. So I really have mixed reactions to this guy's voicing. So he gets a maybe here for me. Like I said, I really love Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. It's better than the first one in my opinion. But this guy's voicing for Spider-Man I just really have mixed reactions to it, mixed opinions on it. So therefore he receives a maybe. There were some times where he was trying to sound like Tom Holland, there was some other times where he was just sounding like himself, and then there was just other times where I didn't really think he sounded like him all that much, so yeah, he kind of really went back and forth with his voicing a bit. I do like how he did try to do his best Tom Holland voice impression, though, because like I said, that costume right there for Spidey is inspired by Tom Holland from Spider-Man Homecoming, and it's nice, you know.
Okay, I think there's some dimension distorting going on here. It'll have to wait. We've still got bad guys to catch. Is that your goblin? Given the unspeakable power it's imbued with.
Yeah,
Baby Kang.
I just have mixed reactions to it. I just can't help it. So I just have to give him a maybe. Oh, yeah. This show, Marvel Spider-Man. I heard that show didn't actually get good views, so... I really heard it didn't get good views, so... I think it's still the current Spider-Man, yeah, it's still the current Spider-Man show we have today, because they made a new episode called Maximum Venom and stuff, so yeah. Despite that this show didn't really get good views, and I'm probably never going to watch the show, but I have seen some clips on YouTube as well. Despite the show doesn't really get good views, Robbie Daymond actually doesn't make a bad voice for Spider-Man, so I'll give him a thumbs up.
I don't think I truly understand.
See, that's actually a pretty good voice right there.
But in order to live up to that motto, I need to become something more than a celebrity. I need to become a symbol. I need to become a hero. I'm not saying it's been easy, but it's how I've made sense of what's happened to me. And I'm sure it's what Uncle Ben would have wanted. Know that although I've been called many things, a menace, amazing, spectacular, sensational, you will be best as Spider-Man. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man at your service.
Oh, really? He voiced him in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? Okay.
Can you reimburse me for
I did hear Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I heard that was a pretty good game, actually. I think that's probably maybe the best Marvel vs. Capcom game they ever made. I don't know. But it does go 3D in this one, and it does look pretty cool.
That's what it means to be a hero. Compliments of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. It's all about that spider sense.
Marvel Powers United Virtual Reality. Wow, I didn't know they made that. If only if I had a virtual reality, maybe I would have tried that out, but that'll never happen. Virtual realities are pretty expensive, I think. Yeah, they are. They made a Marvel Spider-Man Lego game? I didn't know that. I might need to check this out and see what this is. Or is it a game or is it a movie? I don't know. I think it's a movie. It kind of looks like it's in movie form, so I think this must be a movie. I don't know. I'll probably have to look it up on YouTube.
Whoever said you need to be a tourist to appreciate the city?
Spider Geedon? Geedon?
From atop the Statue of Liberty, been thrown off the Empire State.
I don't even know what this is. When I looked it up on YouTube, it's actually something that Marvel created, so I don't know what this is at all.
Is figuring out who's behind this chaos. Because if it has anything to do with Manhattan or a sense of illusion, it can only be...
This really is pretty strange, because I really do not know what this is at all, Spider Geedon, but I will still give this guy a thumbs up.
What? They gave him a wax figure? He's not even one of my more famous villains.
True.
Alright, people, let's do this one last
Oh,
time.
yeah.
My name is Peter B. Parker.
I haven't seen Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie yet. I still have not seen it, but very soon I really hope that me and my parents will see this movie very soon. We plan on seeing this movie, so hopefully very soon we'll see this movie. It is on Netflix, so I still have not seen the movie yet, so I don't know. But I do remember Jake Johnson. He was from the Let's Be Cops movie. That was a pretty funny movie.
Years, I thought I was the one and only Spider-Man. You see, I saved the city, fell in love, I got married, saved the city some more, maybe too much. My marriage got testy, made some dicey money choices, don't invest in a spider-themed restaurant. Then like 15 years passed, blah, 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 super burn, I broke my back, a drone flew into my face, I buried that man, split up.
Okay, fine, I'll give it a thumbs up.
Because you know what, no matter how many times I get hit, I always...
Not the best Spider-Man voice ever, but it's alright.
Alright, let's do this one last time.
Oh, yeah.
My name is Peter Parker.
And Chris Pine, sure, I'll give him a thumbs up, too. He's got a deeper voice compared to Jake Johnson, but yeah. See, this version right here, this is Miles Morales' Peter Parker, because Miles Morales Spider-Man is in the movie, and, you know, obviously, in his dimension, his Peter Parker died, so yeah. I did figure that out, too, that apparently a different guy voiced Miles Morales' Peter Parker, which is this guy, Chris Pine. But I'll give him a thumbs up, too. It's alright.
Look, I'm a comic book, I'm a serial, did a Christmas album, I have an excellent theme song, but after everything, I still love being Spider-Man. I mean, who wouldn't?
True.
How many hits
I'd love to be Spider-Man, too.
always
Hopefully maybe this year I can be him for Halloween. I tried that last year, but it failed. I just been Deadpool instead, but I did bump into a guy who had a really good Spider-Man Far From Home costume.
Spider-Man.
I took a picture of him on Instagram, actually. Wow. Even though I've not seen the movie yet still, but I did see that end credits scene, the secret ending where Spider-Man 2099 made a cameo appearance and he went back in time and he met the original OG Spider-Man from the classic show, and apparently this is the guy that voiced him, and it was pretty funny, so... I'll give it a thumbs up. Yes! 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 That is my #1 favorite live-action Spider-Man right there, ladies and gentlemen. Tom Holland. Tom, I'm sorry to all the no offense to any of the Tobey Maguire fans. Of course, like I said earlier in part 1. Like I said in part 1, Tobey Maguire will always be the best Spider-Man actor ever. But Tom Holland, I'm currently enjoying his performance as Spider-Man. You know, just like every other Spider-Man, you know, just like, you know, when he debuted in Captain America Civil War, I wasn't too sure about him at first, and probably other fans were too, but the more films he started being in and stuff, he actually got better and better and better, so therefore I started liking him more. Especially when it comes to the Spider-Man Far From Home movie. I love that movie. That's my #1 favorite Spider-Man movie, and I was so glad that I got to see that movie in theaters last year, and I love that. I love Spider-Man Far From Home much more better than Spider-Man Homecoming, in my opinion. It's a better movie, and I really love the costume he had, the red and black suit, too. It was pretty awesome. Especially when it comes to Spider-Man Far From Home, therefore, Tom Holland is my #1 favorite live-action Spider-Man right now. Can't wait to find out what the final Spider-Man MCU movie will be, because I know they said they're supposed to be making one more Spider-Man movie with Tom Holland, so can't wait to find out when that comes out. There's some rumors saying that when they make Venom 2, where Carnage will be in it, there's rumors saying that maybe Tom Holland's Spider-Man might appear in the movie, so I can't wait to find out what his future will be as Spider-Man.
It doesn't really make sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. I'm Peter, by the way.
Doctor Strange.
Oh, you're using made up names. I'm Spider-Man then.
Yeah. Wow, there were so many good voices, of course. Pretty much everybody actually did alright. There was some that I gave a thumbs up to, some that I gave a maybe to. Nobody actually did bad, so there was no thumbs up, thumbs down in this one. So, yeah. Everybody did alright. There was so many good ones. But, okay. But for animated-wise, video game-wise, and cartoon-wise, and all that kind of stuff, of course, my #1 and only favorite animated and video game Spider-Man will be Josh Keaton, but there's some other people I will give credit to as well, so let me think. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. I'll say, Christopher Daniel Barnes for the Spider-Man animated show in 1994, Rino Ramero for the 1999 Spider-Man Unlimited show, even though I've never seen it, but he actually has a pretty good voice too. Sounds almost like Christopher Daniel Barnes. James Arnold Taylor for Spider-Man Friend or Foe and the Lego Marvel Super Heroes 1 game, yeah. I was trying to remember. For Tom Kenny, I'm gonna give him a little bit of credit. I didn't think... Even though Tom Kenny will always be SpongeBob SquarePants, but his voice actually didn't sound too bad, so I'll have Tom Kenny as a maybe and okay pick. Who else was there? Oh, Neil Patrick Harris for the Spider-Man new animated series and Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions game. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. There's a lot of them. Dang, this is a really long list. This is a lot of voices for Spider-Man, so I'm trying to remember. I already said Josh Keaton. I'm trying to remember really hard. Hold on. Drake Bell for the Ultimate Spider-Man show and all that stuff. He has a pretty good voice too. Drake Bell, Robbie Daymond for this current Spider-Man show we have right now. He actually has a pretty good voice too. Yuri Lowanthal for the Spider-Man PS4 game and Marvel Ultimate Alliance for video game Spider-Man. Was there anyone else? I'm trying really hard to remember. Hold on. Trying really hard to remember. Trying really hard. This is a lot of voices. Trying really hard. Who else was there? Was there anyone else? I think that clarifies everybody. And for Jake Johnson and Chris Pine, I did give them a thumbs up, but I'm gonna have them as a maybe, as an okay and maybe pick. So they're not gonna officially be on the list, but they'll be as an okay and maybe list, because I haven't seen the movie yet, so therefore I can't really give them full credit yet. So yeah, those are the picks for animated-wise and video game-wise Spider-Man. And then, of course, for live-action-wise, of course, it's going to be none other than Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland. No disrespecting Andrew Garfield or not giving him credit or anything, but Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland are my two favorite picks for Spider-Man. Tom Holland is, of course, my #1, as I already said. Tom Holland is my current #1 favorite live-action Spider-Man. And of course, I will always agree with the world that Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man actor ever, but currently right now, I'm enjoying Tom Holland's performance. Now, even though, of course, Andrew Garfield's not one of my favorite live-action Spider-Mans, but I'll put him as an okay and maybe pick, because, he did good while he lasted. Even though the Amazing Spider-Man films were not good, but he did okay while he lasted and stuff like that, so therefore he deserves a little bit of credit and a little bit of respect for me, so I'll give him as an okay and maybe pick, so yeah. So that's all my picks for Spider-Man. Jeez, that's a lot of picks. That really is a lot of picks. So yeah, so Josh Keaton, Christopher Daniel Barnes, Rino Ramero, James Arnold Taylor, Tom Kenny, Drake Bell, Yuri Lowanthal, Robbie Daymond. Those are my picks for for animated and video game wise Spider-Man. And then for live action Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland. Those are my picks. I don't know how many picks that is altogether. And then, of course, as for okay and maybe picks, it's Jake Johnson, Chris Pine, and Andrew Garfield. So, yeah. Those are my picks for Spider-Man. Jeez, that is a lot of voices, but everybody did okay. Like I said, I gave some of them a thumbs up, and some of them I gave maybes, and nobody got a thumbs down. So, really, everybody did alright. So, those are my picks for Spider-Man. Now, I'd like to know, you tell me in the comments, and share this with your friends as well, because I'd like for people to see this. And you let me know in the comments, who do you like as the voice of Spider-Man? Let me know in the comments down below, because I really would love to know, and even start a conversation, because I really would actually love to know your honest opinions on who you love as the voice of Spider-Man. So those are my picks, and of course, Spider-Man is indeed my #1 favorite Marvel superhero, no doubt about that. He'll always will be. He's a classic, and of course, one of the very first ever Marvel superheroes Stan Lee ever created, and he'll always be my #1 favorite Marvel superhero. So, wow. That was a very long video. Like I said, it was 36 minutes long, so I had to do part 2, of course. Now, hold on. So, of course, you tell me who you like as the voice of Spider-Man in the comments, and that'll be it for today, you guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike, give it a thumbs down. Join me next time for the next video, but until then, this is Joe Flash signing off, and have a good day.